In this corner, we have some thornless blackberry plants that are growing right there in those two bags. In these two bags, we've got Eversweet strawberry. They're doing something in there. Down here, I've got some potatoes. Look at that. Two identical potatoes. One's growing and one's not. Who knows? And down there's another type of potato. They're growing. And these are red potatoes. They got little things growing on them. I need to go ahead and get these out in the dirt. And that's a little bag of potatoes that I bought at the grocery store. And I thought, hey, I'll just set them aside and let them sprout. And they're sprouting. So it won't be long until I put all these out in the dirt in the garden. Over here, we have a lot of different seed packets. Bunch of different little seed packets through here. Bunch of seeds sitting around waiting for us to do something with. And so I've got a few things planted. Got a little blueberry bush here that Joshua's going to plant outside. We got some green onions that we need to move to the garden. Some romaine lettuce we're trying to get to root. Bunch of different seeds. And we got some lettuce right there that's growing. And we got some different plants like peppers and kale and cabbage and stuff like that growing in here. And we're slowly getting them going. Nagini's ready to take a nap. You ready to take a nap? You are? Okay. This tray was left over from a few years back. I made sure these things were lined up properly. I put a lot of water in it so that they could absorb water again, and they were like dry sponges that didn't want to absorb water for a good while. And they flipped around and they were in there angled and stuff like that, but I waited until they were well soaked, and then I had to come in and rearrange each one to get it back in there properly. But anyway, I figured I'd just let it sit outside. It sat here in the sun for a while. I did use hot water, but I put my finger in it. It's definitely cold now compared to what it was. This tray does not leak. It's been holding the water, which is good because I do plan on taking this into the house and putting it on the shelf with the others. And these right here, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 3 here. I've put collards, and these are the great cooked green. I don't know, collard vates from Fairy Morse. Anyway, I planted those in these 3 rows here. And basically all I did was I just took this, I just made a little spot in the top like that, not very deep, and just each one of them, I wanted a spot where the the seed would go down in there and just kind of sit down in there. And the reason I wanted it to do that down in the little hole there is so that it's not just sitting on top all the time. Like whenever the top dries out a little bit, the seed will still be sitting down in there, where it's a little bit more moist, and it won't go like between dry and moist. I want it to stay moist until it germinates, and then it comes on growing. So that one's about ready. So get them down in there. So I'm going to do another 3 rows here of something else. And I'll be able to get, so that's 3, 3, 3, and 3. So I'll be able to get 4 different types of seeds in here, different plants. So 6 and 6 is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 plants. And you can see on here some of these little seeds that I put in. It's like right here, you can see that little tiny seed right there, just sitting on top there. And what I'll do is I'll end up pushing those down in just to teach. And the general rule is you don't want any more dirt on top of the seed than how big the seed is. Like, that's a tiny seed, so you don't want much dirt over that. You want it to sit and be able to easily come through the dirt. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go ahead and seed this tonight. I'm going to leave it sitting out here outside. And tomorrow the sun will shine down on this, heat it up, and those seeds will be moist after they've sat all night in here. And the warmth from the sun hitting them will make these things really want to take off and germinate and sprout. So I've got my little holes made here for each one of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open one of these. I'm thinking probably what I'll do here on this one is I've got Brussel Sprouts. These are the Catskill Brussel Sprouts, and I'm really hoping these do really well because I always called them little baby cabbage heads. So let me go ahead and I'm going to open this real quick. I'm going to pour some out of my hand, and then you can see the size of these little tiny seeds. They're not real tiny, but they're tiny enough. I don't want to pour out too many of them, just enough to do that. But you can see inside how there's more in the bag, or in that. And right here, where I've put each one of those little, remember I did the little hole like that. I'm just going to drop one little seed in there, in each one. I'm going to start right here. Just drop one little seed down in there. A lot of people say drop multiple seeds and then thin them out later. I don't worry about that. I just drop a seed in there. If that one seed does not sprout or germinate or come on or whatever, then that's fine. And I'll have, 17 other ones here to mess around with. But I just sit here and take my time, and I just drop one little seed down in there at a time. And hopefully I don't forget which one I dropped the seed into. And I don't want to double up too much on them. I just want to get my seeds in there and get them germinated and get them started. And okay, I got one in there. Let me put one in here, and one in there, and one right there, one right there, and one right there. And these others that I got left over in my hand here, I'll just put those back in the bag. Sometimes what I like to do, whenever I have a little bit left over in my hand, is just go out to some little random spot, out in the yard or the garden, where I think maybe we need something to be like a little volunteer plant, and I'll just drop those little extra seeds down into that little area. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just put them back in the bag and wait until next time. But as time goes by, I create extra little garden spots by doing that. So anyway, I've got some Brussels sprouts. So in my first set of 3, right here, I did the collards. In my second set of 3, I've done my Brussels sprouts. In my third set of 3, I'm going to do some cabbage. And then I think what I'm going to do in my fourth set of 3 is I've got some eggplant in the refrigerator that we need to cook. But whenever I cut into those eggplants, I'm going to get all the seeds out of it that I can. And I'm going to plant my fourth set of 3 with the eggplants that's in the refrigerator. So, going through, I've already done this set of 3, now I'm doing this set of 3. Just putting little holes in the top where the seed will sit down inside. Just want to make sure I get all that done. And then I'm going to put this cabbage seeds in this set of 3 right here. This set of 3 will be the eggplant, but I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, kind of prepare this. So since I'm doing it right now, I might as well just do it right now, right? I mean, since I'm doing these 3, I might as well do those 3. It's kind of what I was trying to say. So I'm going to take my cabbage seeds. I'm going to do them exactly the same way. These are Fairy's Round Dutch. I'm going to tear the top open right there. Just right there in the corner. Just like that. Just going to kind of open it up the best I can. Like that. You can see them down in there. So I'm going to take a little bit and put in my hand. Set that aside. And then I'm going to take one little one at a time. And I'm going to just drop it in there. Just taking my little time. And I'm thinking the way I'm doing this, kind of letting them sit in there overnight in some moisture like that. And then tomorrow I'll let the sunshine just beat down on them. I'm thinking that might be the perfect environment for them to just go ahead and do some sprouting. Some germinating and sprouting. Some seeds can really surprise you. Some seeds can take off and, you know, do things overnight, where others take, you know, 2 weeks. You never know what you're going to get. Some seeds never germinate. I've actually gotten packets of seeds in the past where it was a mixture of different things, but the package actually said it was just one thing. And that was a big surprise. Oop, there we go. Put it in. Almost put it in the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and put one in that one again, because I think that seed I put in there wasn't a full seed. I think it was a half seed. So, okay, so I've got these 3, or a row of 3 here with the cabbage. So after we cook up or do some of that eggplant that I've got in the fridge, then I'll put those in here, and I'll do a video on that when I do that. But for now, I've got 3 rows of collards, 3 rows of Brussels sprouts, and 3 rows of cabbage. I'm just going to let them sit overnight. All right. Talk to you later.